Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Long time no see, people. I'm giving you a really authentic KC on the go here with JD, because I'm actually on the go. I'm out for a walk, and I thought this one, you're probably wondering at first when I start talking, where's he going with this? But once I kind of get into what I'm going to say, you might think, oh yeah, we can take some spiritual essence from it. So you see sometimes on these TikTok videos or Instagram or whatever, social media anyway in general, that the advancement of material nature and elements is moving swiftly. So there's a lot of things like, for example, they've now got these jet packs where people are jumping, they're shooting up into the air in jet packs. And then there's people that have got access to these, now they've got electrical cars. They're also, you can see that the military experimenting with robots and so on and so forth. Artificial intelligence, of course, has been going on for years. So these things, at least in my mind, I was thinking, oh my God, we're getting closer to the movies that I was brought up watching as a kid in the late 80s and early 90s. For example, Blade Runner, or The Fifth Element, or Judge Dredd, or The Terminator, and so on. But what happened in all of those movies as we gradually became more and more technologically advanced? It then led to the degradation of society. You could see that in one of the movies, due to their constant warfare of weapons of mass destruction, they destroyed the ozone layer. This is the Matrix. They destroyed the sun and the ozone layer and all this thing, and that left everything in a cloud of darkness. In another movie, in The Terminator, for example, they also wiped out all of society and left everything in darkness. In The Fifth Element, the pollution had become so vast that the lower levels of all these super multi-story buildings had become fog, just pure pollution, where you couldn't even function. You wouldn't even be able to live in such pollution levels. Yeah. And then if you look at some of the other movies like Judge Dredd, for example, the deal in that movie was that everybody was living in these big mega cities. Again, the earth had been scorched, everything was destroyed, and then what you were left with was millions and billions of people crammed into 3 or 4 mega cities, which led to crime, which led to just a complete anarchy in a society, to the point where the judicial system, i.e. the judges, the lawgivers, were then led to incorporate harsh instant punishments, i.e. most of the time death, just to control the nature of people. So this is Kali Yuga. All these different movies in the early days, they describe the nature of Kali Yuga. That as Kali Yuga advances and as we lose our spiritual vision, then we become more and more and more sinful. It's okay to have the technology, but what happens is, the more and more we see that as being the only advancement, then we lose our Krishna consciousness, because it becomes covered. And once it becomes covered, again the modes strike. The modes of material nature are just waiting and lurking in the background, ready to take you out the game. So this is the thing. We can utilize all these different aspects of the material world. We can manipulate the different elements that are existing and available to us, and we can use them for practicing Krishna consciousness and the spreading of Krishna consciousness. But if we see that the material nature and the things that can be produced out of it, if we think that they're the be-all and end-all, and that they are the result to be obtained from our lives and our labours, then we're lost, So it's just a little funny thing there, put that 2 and 2 together, that we can become materially advanced, but don't think that is advancement. The advancement of civilization is achieved when one reawakens their true spiritual identity by the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So please forgive me if you end up watching this video. As I'm walking through, you can barely see me in the dark here, but it's a nice night here in Leicester, and as always we're hoping to keep in some pleasant thought and some Krishna Katha. It's been a long time, sorry I haven't shared anything in a while, but I'm still somehow or another trying to keep it real, and maybe if I can get my act together I can give you some more content. But okay, all the best everybody. Hare Krishna, Gauranga.